How's it going, guys? Welcome back to the What's Up Eddie channel, Divine Therapy Sessions, and of course I'm the one and only Eddie. So glad to have you guys back, and these are my Divine Therapy Sessions. Hey guys, today I just want to tell you a cool little story. I guess I'll put this under channeling slash Eddie life hacks. It's super cool, man. I'll say this, man. It's when it rains, it rains. Or what do they say? When it rains, it pours. But when the rain is cleared and the sun comes out, we appreciate those days, right? So I just wanted to say that, like, I've had a couple of good days. I got to hang out with my little girls. It's amazing, man. You know, it's unfortunate my past, right? I had a past where, you know, I didn't do things. I didn't do things that I should have, right? I wasn't there. You know, I can't change what happened, but I could definitely change how I approach the situation now, right? So I do my best to you know, be there and be loving, you know what I mean? And that's all I can do. But I just had some really good moments that I just wanted to share. And I think there's just some really good messages. This is like slash channeling. So what comes out, comes out. What doesn't. I think I'll put this into my channeling section. But well, it was cool because you know, it was like that awkward moment because I hadn't seen him in a while, right? So like it was that awkward moment where, you know, we were getting to, I guess, know each other's energies again, right? And eventually it got down to brass tacks where they actually saw my channel, and I can tell, you know, I don't see, the thing is I'm not working by the same set of rules as other people, right? I can pick up on energies. I can pick up on body language, and I can pick up on the way that people say things. There's a talent that I didn't know I had, but when you open yourself up to meditation and enhance your intuition, which is what I always teach people, you begin to develop extraordinary powers. We'll just say it like that, right? Or extraordinary capabilities. So I can tell that they had seen my channel, and you know, I don't know what is said behind the scenes, you know what I'm saying, but you can tell that they were very interested in what it was all about. And it's pretty interesting, right? So you have two young girls, they're young, right? And you know, it goes without saying, man. I always say this is like, when you embrace that mindset, like, don't ever let go of that mindset, right? Like, it's amazing what you know, kids can teach you. Oh, and by the way, like, my little girls, and it's not just becoming because I'm their dad. They're brilliant. They're beautiful. They're brilliant, wonderful little goddesses. I'm super blessed to even have them in my life. I don't even know what I was thinking before, but you know, it's just insane how brilliant they are, and so open-minded to things, right? They're willing to hear it, like most people, but you know, there's people out there that won't even hear the advice, right? Sometimes people think that, like, you're talking at them, and man, that's not where I'm coming from. It's not a place of superiority. This is just coming from a place of, like, this is how I did it before, and this is how I'm doing it now, and there's just results, man. And the results have changed my life. And that's why I do this, right? That's why I teach another person. But it was amazing because I told them stories that I haven't told many people. And I know eventually I will get on this channel and tell you guys, because the stories are pretty wild. You know, I told them about, they said, well, why are you, they wanted to know about crystals because I gave them some crystals, right? So I'm teaching them about that. I'm teaching them about mindsets, and that kind of thing. Things that I wish that people had taught me when I was their age, right? And for me, that was like a full circle moment. I felt like, you know, and like I said before, they're brilliant. So they were able to catch on very quickly, and you can tell, you know, the wheels spinning, and it was just a really impactful moment. I can tell that they were digesting it, and they were digesting it with such ease, and it amazed me. It taught me something. It was like embracing that not to say that they're, because they are children still, but that childlike attitude, our mindset is good for us, right? Like we're able to always being a student, right? Always learning. And to me, that was, I felt like that was a profound lesson. I took a lot away from that. But it was really cool because I got to tell them the stories that I hadn't said before, right? They're like, you know, they're wondering, because I had explained to them, they're like, what is the difference now, right? Like, and they noticed the difference in me. And I said the only difference from before and now, babe, or to the girl, I call them babes, right? I said the only difference today is that I don't have as much fear as I had before. And it's not to say that I don't feel that fear, because I do. I feel it all the time, but I work through it, right? And I'm not afraid. And when I am afraid to do something, my mind doesn't say, hey, instead of listening to, I'm going to stop right here and not do what I'm going to do, I instead say, you know what, this is fear. This is a blockade. I know this is old programming, and then I keep driving through, right? And I can tell when I said that was something that stuck with them as well, and that was really cool. But I was telling them too, as well as like the supernatural, and it's really interesting because, you know, I think I've said this to a handful of people, and it's like, it's really hard for people to digest the supernatural, right? And I was telling them the more of the spiritual, right? The what's happening on the other side, that we have a spiritual side, that there's other things going on that our two eyes can't see, right? And it's so crazy because they accepted it with ease, and it was mind-boggling to me at first, because I had taught people before, and they were just like, it's too hard for them to digest. You know, some people just can't digest it. If you can't see with your eyes, it doesn't exist, right? Which is an interesting concept, but hey man, to each their own. And all I say is this, is that like, it was so cool to see these two little girls digesting the information. And whether or not they believed it, they were listening, right? They were listening intently, and I can tell that they knew that their dad believed it, right? And it was just, overall, I would just say that it was a really, really amazing couple of days, you know, teaching, learning, because they teach me as well, right? They teach me so much about myself. And yeah, I know that they watch now, so I love you guys very much. If you made it this far, which apparently one has only seen one video, so I love you girls very much, and thank you guys for allowing me to teach you. Thank you for being so accepting of the teachings. You know, it's amazing. And so I will stop gushing over my little girls. Yeah, but so if you guys got anything from it overall, it's just, you know, keep that mindset, man. Keep that mindset to be open, man. To be open to new ideas, fresh new ideas. I know for me, man, and sometimes I still am stuck in the old, strict, super religious teachings, right? Like that old school church style teachings that, like, you know, like our old school, our parents are, man. Like, and you got to remember, it's like nothing's wrong with that, man. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it, but like, to not learn about other faiths, to not learn about other cultures, I think you're stopping yourself from being something more. And I think another thing is if you can't see something, it doesn't mean that it doesn't exist. I think oftentimes, and I know anyone who's beginning your spiritual journey, I'll say this, man, it's difficult to have faith. It's difficult. But I can promise you, God talks to you. God talks to me. It may not be in the way that you think it is. You just haven't been attuned. You haven't been taught how to decipher the messages, right? Whatever you believe, just know that just keep that mindset, man. Keep that childlike mindset of continuous learning, a learner. And I promise you, if you learn and teach and reteach and learn and reteach, that process alone, especially when you're helping another person, is prosperity beyond measure. It's more than the material plane. This is a spiritual reward. And I'm going to end it with this, you guys. There's a white butterfly flying by right now, so I would say probably transformation. Now there's a whole bunch, like a dragonfly, a red dragonfly that just passed by. A whole bunch of signs came up right now. I would just say this, you guys, that whether you believe in God or not, God does exist. And what you do is, you know, there is a divine order going on, and what you do here affects you. That's why I say spiritual reward. Now, I happen to believe in Jesus Christ, that He died for my sins, right? But I also believe that, you know, it's what you do with this lifetime, right? And I spent a lot of it doing things that were so detrimental to myself, and in turn being in that toxicity, that dark arena of life, I was hurting people as well, right? And from what I learned from being in that dark space to being in a brighter, lighter space, right? That there's so much more that is afforded to us spiritually, and that you could be forgiven. All you have to do is ask, and then you have to change your behavior, right? And I speak from my heart when I say this, man. Is like, I didn't think that I was like what I've done in my past is forgivable, but anything that you do out there, and I'm talking to you, right? It's 12:30 on the clock right now. I'm not sure what it means, but angel number 1230, you might want to check it out. It might be something that's directly meant for you. I'll tell you, the viewer, that God loves us, man. It loves us beyond what we've done in the past and what we're going to do in the future, right? Because I would say it's impossible for us not to sin, right? I think that's the whole concept behind Jesus Christ dying, right? That it gives us the ability to, I think, be a part of this platform where we can change our lives and in turn grow and teach others, right? I think that's like the meat and potatoes of spirituality right there, man. I love you guys so much. Life is good, man. It doesn't have to be miserable. Yes, there's misery in it, but I do feel like when you do some things and you do them consistently, that your life can grow and it can get better and it can be more fruitful, and we don't have to live with the addictions and the numbing that we do within those addictions in any form or fashion, right? Your life could change. You can do it, and if you're being called to the forefront to do that, I assure you that it's a hard and difficult process, but you'll love yourself for it. I promise you. I love you guys so much. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Make sure to subscribe, give me a thumbs up, and hit the notification bell if you want to get alerted every time I upload a video. I love you guys so much.